Okay. That was the last jingling we got this party.
Well, I hope so, anyway.
Not really. They can jingle us at any
That's
time.
true. That's true.
I am still sitting here. That is absolutely a possibility.
Still have a live microphone. CGI is looking like, I want to pack up, I want to pack up, I want to pack up.
I guess that we have this a minute or two longer.
Yeah.
We'll see. But
I actually don't think we have a minute or two. I think we have... we do have to close this down for the
yes,
folks
of course.
at the satellites and at home. We should, leaving the hall is a little different from leaving the live stream.
Yes.
And we have done leaving the live stream the last 3 years. We'd like to say thank you to all the folks that were watching, and especially those of you that watched today, because, as you know, there wasn't that much today as far as productions. It's more of a wrap-up. This again, we couldn't do this without all the productions and all the stuff from folks that were here, but we also had a tremendous amount of stuff that came from remote, and that to me is a major step forward. 30 years ago, that absolutely did not happen.
No, very true.
I was in the States. People are, have asked me when did I get involved with the demo scene, and it's around 1988. Then they said, what? Some folks were asking me, how were the early parties? I don't know. I was remote to all of them, and the only folks that actually, Australian parties allowed you to participate, which is actually where some of the South American folks, Ukdumi, reminded me. He did one of the demo or did the music for a soundtrack that FAC of Dalabu Alama did. By the way, FAC, if you're watching, yes, I still remember you, and please get in touch. If you were remote to things, you couldn't, and now we can, and it's being encouraged. And I'd like to see that move forward. I will try to do some things. Again, I need to have some spoons.
Yes. By the way, CGI, hi there.
Hi there, I do still exist.
Do you still survive the weekend?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Been quite busy, but...
Yeah, we know. We've noticed. But thank you so much for setting everything up for us, because this has been, for us as scene setters, the simplest revision so far, I think.
Yeah,
because everything has
very
been
much
working.
so.
Yeah, it's... Sometimes folks would say, just go and be talented and just be there. But
but we'll gloss over the fact that CGI is sitting on the smoking remains of the first streaming box.
that's
that's
his
true.
fault.
It is here at my latest, complete with random graphics cards. but yes, that was unfortunate.
No.
But
never mind. And we thought Twitch had reached into we could come to the hall to cut us off. Cut us off specially.
We will make sure you are not going to show asses on television ever. Okay. But yeah, the Stream Deck item is much easier to understand than some of the things that would be shown to me. Hey, even though you're just talented and we've asked you to not actually do any kind of the control stuff, here are the complex things that you're only going to be shown once, and don't fuck this up, which is extremely stressful. And this is so much nicer. It's we're able to come here and concentrate on the productions. And yes, I have some things I would like to say about going forward, but perhaps folks would like to say something before I do that.
Because you're going to be longish, right?
I'm not going to be longish because it's been long. But
I will jump in and just because give context of what Truck was talking about. I have a Stream Deck in front of these guys, which has buttons on it, which basically control the mixer and other things in simple ways, so no one has to know how to operate this mixer and everything else. It's just
we know how to talk.
Up, down,
we don't actually know how to
on,
use
off,
flavor.
and then everything else just happens in the background.
Falls irgendjemand, this is in German, sorry, but falls irgendjemand
Okay, yeah. No, but yeah, let's see if I think this goes out on the stream as well, I guess. So that's why people are not hearing it. Something like that. But yeah, before you start going on with your stuff, I just want to say that it has been an awesome weekend and get to meet so many people again that you haven't met in ages, and I just want to continue doing this because it's just not like getting home. I mean, of course, I miss my family at home, but this is also my family. So this is the best way of spending an Easter weekend in my book. Really, really amazing. And thank you all for just popping by. I've had a couple of people just popping by just to say hi and say something that they appreciate, something that we do and everything like that. Just amazing. And that's why we keep doing this. So keep on remembering to bring out the positives as well. To everyone, no matter what. If you like a production somewhere, tell that person that and let them know that you that it's appreciated.
I know. I'll tell you so. I was just heading out to get some pizza. As a tradition. I haven't mentioned Square Pizza once all this weekend. It's kind of like, no, now I know I'm back at Revision.
Yeah.
It's like my pizza has corners. But anyway, I was there, and the Pooh Brain guys were there just banging out the Party Lieben again. One of them grabs me and says, hey, do you mind if I put this track on? And it's one of my tracks from a few years back.
Yeah.
that was great. You know?
Yeah. I mean, just encourage other people to do stuff and tell them that you like it. That's the best way.
Yeah.
Or well, tell them what you liked about. Oh, no, important stuff is happening. Important stuff.
Is that going out on the street?
CGI, are the kids going out on stream?
I don't think so.
No.
I will
Okay.
yell it.
Yeah.
Fix that, please.
Well, the director has left his position, so hang on, let me go over there 1 second.
There.
A new generation.
Yep. I don't know. Every revision I come to, there are always a couple of kids running around wearing massive ear protectors. Because trust me, it does get very loud.
Yes.
So we do take care of people. We give free earplugs out. In fact, isn't that a German statue? I can't remember.
It might be. Yeah.
I can't remember, but yes, it's always nice to see young kids here. And I'm assuming some of the kids who were running around the first time they came to Revision are now participating, hopefully.
Actually,
No one has any idea what's going on.
Actually, Max, who was here before we saw Max before Max was born, Max is now about the age that he could start that he would.
What, someone did a demo on an ultrasound machine, you say?
Not yet.
Might be
I
the case.
guarantee you someone is now thinking about whether they could do that or not.
You'll see an alien skull again in the...
Yes.
That could be.
TRSI do something with an ultrasound machine.
It's going to be TRSI or it's going to be someone from Finland. One of the two. Or the folks in the U.S. I actually worked with the guy that invented the technology at one point. I was going to throw it to Subi to see if you had anything else, because I'm used to you having to run off.
Yeah, I know. My bus isn't until 2 this time, so it's quite. I will have to pack up fairly quickly though, because I've got to say a lot of goodbyes as well. But
yeah, me too as well.
No, I can't really say much more. I mean, we could argue about the results, but that would be childish.
Yeah.
No.
So we're not going to. Basically,
Everybody.
I will just say that, God damn it, one day ripping off Hoffman will pay off for me. But but there you go. So I thought of that on the way back from the stage. It's like, damn it, I should have said that on the microphone. But there you go.
No, but also just one thing. I mean, you heard DFox saying that 500 plus entries submitted. That is amazing. So keep sending productions.
Keep doing it. Yeah.
So,
although possibly not streaming music ones, because we got enough of those.
No, actually,
no, we haven't.
So here's the issue. On the one hand, we want to see more entries. We want to see more productions. We want people to do more things. On the other, when we talk about it getting long, only because it's not because we don't want to see more of them. It's because we would like to see more of them throughout the year, not necessarily right now.
Should we do an assembly and have 2 a year?
Yeah, Assembly does 2 a year. There's Evoke, there's Flash Party, there's what's Sundown called now? Don't
Nova.
Go.
No,
Don't
Nova.
Go. Yeah, Nova. There's demoparty.net is a site that will tell you about upcoming parties. I do feel that we need to do more in terms of expanding it so that more remote things can happen. But when we do more remote things, we are going to get more and more entries. So this is a balance that we're going to have to come to, and we don't have an instant solution for it yet. And there's probably going to be a couple of iterations of that are maybe a little teeny bit broken. But we do want to see more folks participate. That's what really is makes us happy. And then seeing the progression from starting to and how you build things and so forth.
We're being handed our banner back. So
perfect. This is a.
Honestly, they're going to start unpacking the tape.
I know.
In a minute, we are going to be left alone in a hall.
We want to see more participation. We also understand that does mean that we are going to have more things, and you can also release outside of a party. There's nothing wrong with working on something and releasing it just for practice or what have you. There's the Byte jams and so forth are great ways of doing things. There are Love Byte is a party that is online. So is Transmission 64. We also know that loads of us that are from the old school would love to see more folks working on those platforms, but we also know that isn't necessarily attractive to newcomers because it is harder, and you do have stuff you got to do. Life is a thing, but we'd love to see it, and we would love to work with you in ways that you're able to do things. So join the various places that we are. Ask questions. If you don't know how to get started, or you feel that you can't get, first of all, there is no I can't do this. That if there's anything to take away from this, there is not I can't do that. Everyone can do this in their own way, and there are no wrong ways of doing it. Maybe we'll just leave. Maybe I'll just leave it like that. What I'd like to see from this, as the result of all the stuff that we had here, is more of it. Despite the fact that does mean that we will have longer sessions, we'll balance it some way.
Yes, and also, if you don't want to release stuff outside of parties, if you look on demoparty.net, keep track of the parties there, because there are at least more than one party per month that allow remote entries. So basically you could be able to send stuff anywhere if you want to participate.
Hell, if Revision now allows remote entries, then every other party can do it pretty much.
No, yeah, and there are also other things like SceneStream.net, they do, or Nectarine, they do regular compo, or sort of compo-ish stuff with music, and the CSDB are having various different compos, and there are all sorts of demo scene communities doing various things, so there are always ways to participate. So please do.
There's also game jams and similar. Maybe somebody just needs to go to Itch and put in a demo jam at some point. That will be interesting, because that will, we'd have to figure out how we would do that. Well, something to think about.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm just at Nova, of course, we'll be playing Jackbox games on the big screen right now.
Oh.
So maybe we should do that next year. But that would just encourage people to stay in the hall. So,
Well,
we'd have to have a local Jackbox server, and I don't think that's possible.
No, do you know what? I don't know how it works. But I think you can just use one online.
Well, we've talked. Hello, we're now at the point where we're talking about what we do next and how we the next production thing. And I saw some of that earlier, the RBBS stuff. There's some interesting things that have happened this morning as far as that group. There is a period of time right after a big party like this that, there is this thing supposedly called post-party depression. There's also organizers of this party will not want to talk about parties for a while because there was a lot of stuff that they had to do, and they're not just quite ready to jump right in and do a what's the thing where when you're after you have an emergency, you go through triage of it and you say what it was that was happening. There's a phrase for that.
I've got no idea.
Well, anyway, there's a phrase that I can't think of right now where if you have an emergency or whatever, there's a meeting afterwards to go over what went wrong and what you're going to do in future. That period will not. Don't hit people up that we're organizing with that for immediately after the party. They're not ready for that. They have to decompress. But other folks that were making things, and there's going to be people that need a little bit of a break before they get going, but those folks also will be thinking of what they can do. Each person has an amount of time that they need to decompress and then get right back into it. Those of you who are inspired by this and want to get talking, just start in. Don't worry if the folks that you saw here are a little unresponsive at first. Again, we need time to decompress, or in some cases, get home.
I've got three games I've got to finish now.
Yeah.
I've been putting off because I've been writing tunes. So, I need to go and launch into my Steam backlog.
There's going to be a period of time where people are decompressing and not doing this, but we will get back into it. And one of the things that does help when you get back into it is for people to, encourage us and kind of doing the producer type thing and saying, "Hey, it's this."
Anyway, I have to pack up now.
Yeah,
because I have just less than an hour before my bus, and I have to say goodbye. And
there are some goodbyes to be said.
There are people that I haven't seen all weekend who are probably have already left, and
there might be some people out there.
To run out there and have a look.
Yes, indeed.
We need to do that.
Yeah, let's do it.
So
we'll see you
next year
soon. Well,
sooner than that.
You'll see people from Nova, yes.
Well, I don't tend to commentate on Nova, but yes, I'll be at Nova, I should think.
Yeah.
And I will be at Black Valley, and I will be at Assembly, and I will be at Evoke. Other than that, I know I promised I'd be at X. I don't know how I'm doing that, so I'm not going. I might have to renege on that one. Frankie will be at X.
Yeah.
You'll be at Edison.
I plan to be at Edison. I don't know how much about streaming yet, but we'll see. Hopefully.
How about Birdie?
Birdie, probably not. It's not a good weekend for me.
Okay.
But people are asking if this after talk will be saved and stored and presented somewhere. I'm sure we can take care of that because this is being recorded anyway. So we'll sort that because it's been very inspirational and it's good to push this into the heads of people as well, so that they remember that we can do a lot. Now they're even lighting up the hall. So
we are really outstaying our welcome.
Yes,
but once again, it hasn't gone up to the level of opening the curtains yet, but it will happen.
Almost there. But yes, thank you so much for being with us this weekend. It has been amazing for us here. Hopefully, it has been amazing for you guys and gals at home as well.
Yes. And we'll say that if you're watching this and you want to be here next year, be here next year.
Yes.
and by be here, if there's a satellite that is near you, consider going there.
Yeah.
It's
better than just sitting at home.
Yeah.
As well. Well, thank you. SceneSat signing off.
Goodbye.
Bye for revision.